Neanderthals, those ancient humans, may have been more genetically divided than humans are today. The researchers who published this recent paper in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences pulled a high coverage genome from a 110,000-year-old Neanderthal sample. The sample came from Denisova Cave in the Altai Mountains right in Central Asia, and they compared the genome of that sample to other genomes from Neanderthal. The big takeaway is this: Neanderthals were not one big, smoothly connected group. In fact, the older Altai Neanderthals and later Neanderthals living in Europe were so genetically differentiated from each other that it was comparable to, or even greater than, the most differentiated living populations today. Which is pretty wild, because we would think that humans today would be more differentiated given our global distribution. This paper also suggested that those Altai Neanderthals lived in relatively small, isolated groups, evidenced by a genetic measure which showed less diversity and high inbreeding in individual samples. Another really cool pattern in their data was that the older Altai Neanderthals showed evidence of interbreeding with Denisovans, and Denisovans were an archaic group that were around at that time and spread across Asia. But the later Altai samples did not show evidence for this inbreeding. So the big picture of Neanderthals is far from singular. It's showing a lot of regional variation, small population sizes, turnover, and occasional mixing with those really cool Denisovans.